I have something to talk about today in the tropics. For the first time in some time, actually. Things have been so quiet out here in the Western Pacific, but it does look like as we go ahead through the end of April into the beginning of May, things are going to be changing up pretty decently here. Now, I'm not expecting a super typhoon or anything like that, so please don't ask that in the comment section. But I do anticipate maybe our first named storm system of the year. Right now, though, there's nothing that would indicate that. And I want you to keep that in mind. The entire Western Pacific's looking absolutely calm out here. In fact, I'll put this up on the full screen so you can see what I'm talking about. Basically stretching from the Philippines all the way out through Guam into, you got the Marianas. Everything is just exceptionally quiet right now. This is all thanks to just an abundance of shear associated with that rainy season front, which is stretching from southeastern China all the way up through Okinawa. Just so much shear in there. Even that high pressure is producing some winds coming in from the east across Guam all the way down through Palau, which is producing shear in itself. And one reason why, if you take a look at the shear map, it extends all the way down here towards the south. So overall, not conducive for development. But there is some stuff down here towards the south and a little bit of a lax and shear rate in there. And it does look like as we go ahead through the next week or two, that could change up a little bit. And overall, this front, as it lifts towards the north, which it naturally progresses towards the north throughout the spring, we could start to see that increase in tropical development further towards the south. And that's why the Climate Prediction Center actually put out their latest outlook, and they do anticipate some increase in precipitation basically from the Philippines extending across the south of Guam, so kind of in Typhoon Alley there, just north of the equator. So it's pretty far south. So we're talking about an area that typically not conducive for development based on what CBC is saying here, because you have a lack of Coriolis force. But models do want to spin something up here. And before I get into this, just want you to know this is the ECMWF. It's a long-range model, and so the GFS is as well. But both of these have been kind of indicating the potential of something spinning up here right around Palau as we go ahead through the 4th into the 5th of May 2020. Just watch it right in there, right there. You see that kind of spinning up there? Now, let's take a look at what the GFS also is showing about this same time period here, all the way out through the 5th of May. And you can see very similar, kind of wants something to develop right there around Palau and pulls it towards the north. What this tells me, at least at this time, and there's the GFS, the total rainfall accumulation. So this really matches up with the CPC, what they're talking about here with an abundance of rainfall. But what this GFS outlook is telling me is that from model to model, we have seen this reoccurring of something development there. A few days ago, it wanted to hit something in the Philippines. Now it's pulling something well towards the east. When we get back-to-back model runs, though, especially on multiple model platforms, that being the Euro and the GFS, it does indicate that things could start to heat up. So basically, so far, I've been talking for a few minutes here, and that's the big takeaway here, is that the tropics are going to start to get a bit more interesting as we go ahead through the start of May, which, to be honest, I could not look at any of the models and just know that happens. It's this time of year that's supposed to take place. So it's nothing that you should be surprised about. The fact that we haven't had anything major. I mean, we've seen super typhoons in March and April. So the fact that we haven't had any named storm systems is a pretty great deal. And actually, thankfully, considering the lockdowns that are in place across the Philippines, Guam, pretty much all of the Western Pacific. If we had anything that would force people to evacuate and in shelter in place together, anything like that, and really get up together, that would definitely be exceptionally problematic. So cheers to that, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know. I also just put out a Q&A too, tropical update, so look for that as well. I have a bunch of fun videos I've been working on. Have fun. I've just been trying to stay busy here with all these lockdowns going on. So yeah, all right, guys, stay safe out there, and as always, thanks for watching. All right.